Quilting Crinwell's Stargazing quilt. This is her pattern, and she wanted some modern quilting, and so I've done something specifically in each of the star blocks, and I've used my 3-inch, which is the inside circle here, on my circle squared rulers, and these are available in my shop. And then I've also done some overlapping circles in the rectangular blocks, and then I've done this fun grid pattern in the squares. So that's what I'm going to show you, how to quilt that continuously with very little quilting in the ditch. So we're going to start with making a simple X, but I'm going to pull my thread up, do some back tacking stitches. I am using this 8-inch edge ruler from Linda at the Quilted Pineapple, and you probably can't see it, but there are great lines on here that I use for referencing, which I will show you why in a moment. So I'm going to start with an X. I'm going to travel down in the ditch here. Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second. So you can see I have a ruler base on underneath. You can see that I'm keeping the ruler right up next to the hopping foot. Anytime you get angled with the ruler or accidentally get it under the hopping foot, which the hopping foot actually goes up and down as it's quilting, that's why it's called a hopping foot. It can take chips in the ruler if you're not careful and get it under. So just have it as flat as possible, right up next to the hopping foot, and enough pressure that you're keeping it stable versus, you know, being too loosey-goosey with it or pushing it too hard that you can't actually like move the machine. Okay, so I'm going to use the lines on the ruler, and I'm going to use the 1/4-inch line right in there and line it up with the line on the block that I've already quilted to give me the 1/2-inch look that I have in the block I've already quilted. So I'm going to go up in the ditch just a little. And if you can see, I have lined up the 1/4-inch line on the line I've already stitched. Now I'm going to come this way. And sometimes you do, when blocks aren't exactly cut straight, you just have to fudge it a little bit. So I came over in the ditch a little bit, and then I'm going to come down this way. Okay, and now I'm going to use this line as a reference point to go diagonally, because in these corners I need a diagonal line just to make sure the design looks finished. Because I'm going to get it in these corners, so I want to get it in the 4 other corners of the edge of the block. So I'm just going to use the line. It kind of is going right down the middle of 2 lines, so I'm just trying to keep it as straight as possible, just to quilt like that far. I'm going to go up a little bit in the ditch and come and quilt there. So now I can quilt this side of it and then go up in the ditch there. I'm going to go in the ditch a little there. Okay, using this other quilted line as a reference, coming across there. And then do your back stitches or tack down stitches. So I just want to point out with this design, it all started with an X, And then what I did is 2 lines this direction and this direction on both of them. And I actually have another block that I'll have to show you that's on the upper part of the quilt that has a couple of rows that are stacked on each other. So watch for that when I share the look of the whole quilt. But it's actually a great texture to add to some of these curves to kind of make it a little bit more modern and add, you know, that different look and texture.